Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Target Focused Life. My name's Steve. Pull. And today we got a dedicated trap gun with a ton of adjustability. It is the SKB Century 3. So if you're looking for a detailed and in-depth review, you've come to the right place. Let's go! I'm so excited for today's review because I've been wanting a Century 3 for quite a while. Not for me, but for this young man right here, because I knew he was gonna start shooting traps sooner or later. He's now in what grade? Seventh grade. First year he's allowed to shoot trap on his high school trap team. So this is actually Ryland's shotgun. So Ryland's gonna help us out throughout this review, give us his feedback, but I'll take it from here. You can take it easy for a minute. I know you've been working so hard so far. So the Century 3 is a dedicated single barrel break action trap gun that has a ton of adjustability to fit the shooter. That puts it in a pretty sweet place between its price and its adjustability, making it great for young shooters, the high school trap shooters, or someone that just doesn't want to spend a ton of money on a dedicated trap shotgun. The SKB Century 3 MSRP is $16.99. There are some dedicated single barrel break actions that are a few $100s less, a few that are a few $100s more, and you can compare them all at shotgunfind.com. Take a peek at the Shotgun Finder, do your research, but I'm really excited about this because it seems that SKB really hits a sweet spot where they make great functioning guns that are not overly fancy, a lot of adjustability, and they fit in a really nice price point. The Century 3 is 12 gauge. All variations are 12 gauge, 2 3/4 inch chamber. So there actually ends up being 10 different variations. You have the standard stock length, which is 14 to 15.5 inches. You have that in right and left-handed versions, and you can get that in the 30, 32, or 34. And that's with a parallel comb. And then you have the youth stock, which goes from 13 to 14 1/4 inches, and you can get that in 30 and 32 inch barrels. This setup is the youth stock for my son and has a 30-inch barrel. Taking a look at the weight of this shotgun, let's go ahead and turn the scale on. SKB says it's 8 pounds, 4 ounces on the 30-inch. Let's see. Wiggling in the wind, 8 pounds, 5 ounces. It's jumping back and forth. It's not holding still, but very close to that. Every 2 inches that you add for the barrel length adds a couple ounces of weight as well, so keep that in mind. We have made some modifications to this shotgun, which could affect the weight as well. Just a heads up, we did add a Carlson's choke on top of here. We have a modified Carlson's choke, and we added a Falcon Strike. We'll chat about that in just a little bit, why we did that. But this shotgun does come with 3 competition series chokes from SKB. They are flush mounted chokes. It comes with mod, improved mod, and full, I believe. And it also comes with these spacers that if you adjust the comb, there are spacers for that. But let's go ahead and test one more thing when it comes to specs. One thing we like to look at is that trigger pull weight. Before we put it on the scale, let's just give it a good old hand test here. Not a lot of pre-travel, but it did feel actually heavier. Oh, let me think here. It's crisp, it feels good, it breaks nicely, but I think it's a little heavier. I'm gonna say this is over 6 pounds. Ooh, 5 pounds, 8.6 ounces. I was incorrect. That's nice, that's in a nice spot right there. Let's try that again. 5 pounds, 2.9 ounces, wow. 5 pounds, 6 ounces. So we're sub 5.5 pounds on the Century 3. At the price point, I'd say that's a really nice trigger. It felt great to pull. The true test is gonna be when we get out and shoot this thing. Let's take a look at the ergonomics of this Century 3. Just kind of looking at balance right off the bat. Ergonomics, when we mention that, it's the fit, the form, the function. Kind of interestingly here, the balance point is almost behind the hinges. That might make the barrel feel a little bit light. I'm almost thinking we should have went with a 32. The reason I went with a 30-inch on this one is because I'm worried about adding more and more weight and getting it further removed from the hands for my son to handle it. He is only 12, and this is the heaviest shotgun he's ever shot. So that was my consideration. Let's just go from the butt to the front. The butt end of the shotgun, we have highly adjustable length of pull. There's 2 set screws here. All we have to do is loosen those, and then it spins either clockwise or counterclockwise to adjust the length, reset the set screws. We can also adjust toe in, toe out this way, and we can slide it up and down. So you'll see on Ryland's gun, it's down slightly, and it's toe out for him. It'd be toe in for me, but he's a left-handed, left-eye dominant shooter. The adjustable comb can go up. It can also slide left or right, so you have quite a bit of adjustability there. This gun does have a palm swell. Ryland's got the left-handed palm swell. That's what separates a left-handed from a right-handed stock. And like I mentioned, this stock is the youth version, so it will go from 13 to 14.25 inches. But I believe you can buy extensions to make the stock even longer. Don't quote me on that, but I believe I saw that on SKB's website. We have a top tang safety without a barrel selector, which is self-evident because we just got that one barrel. Top lever, simple top lever. It's the same right or left-handed. Very basic design throughout this whole shotgun, nothing overly fancy. We can see at the top lever, there's kind of a little floral design there. That floral design is kind of throughout, around the hinge points. And then at the bottom, we got SKB with kind of a floral scroll design around that. But otherwise, not a lot of character on the shotgun. Standard grade 2 wood. The grip, in my opinion, I'll have to do it left-handed. It feels really good. Gold trigger. No adjustability as far as length of pull on the trigger, so you kind of get what you get there. The rib does step up. We got a vented rib with a brass mid bead, ivory front bead. I really like the beads. That grade 2 wood, like I mentioned, on the fore end is a beaver tail with a latch in the middle. It has kind of the silver blued finish on the receiver. It says Century 3 on the side. Very basic. And we have a matte black finish on the barrel. The rib is fairly wide, 10 millimeters, looks like all the way through. In the hands, it feels good. It feels adequate. I like to point my finger. Plenty of fore end to get a hold of there. Point that finger. I like them to look a little fancier than this, but at the price point, pretty solid when it comes to ergonomics. And I think it's so popular among youth shooters because one, a lot of parents, not all of them, don't want to spend an arm and a leg. And number two, your kid's gonna grow. If your kid's in 7th grade like mine, he's not gonna be the same a year, 2 years, 3 years. So this gun can grow with your kids. All right, we got Ryland up first to test out recoil. After all, it is his gun. Go ahead.
Oh, I wouldn't say it has a lot of recoil. When I'm shooting trap, I barely notice it, but I'd say it's pretty good.
Ryland, up until this point, has been shooting a 20 gauge semi-auto. 20 gauge semi-auto, you're gonna have a lot less felt recoil. Now that gun is lighter. The advantage of a heavier gun when you're shooting trap is 1, a nice swing, 2, less felt recoil. But 3, we threw a Falcon Strike on here, so it is cheating a little bit. We have to, full disclosure, we got a Falcon Strike. It helps mitigate felt recoil. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot this once. Ryland has shot several rounds of trap. He's holding up very well. Have you ever complained about your shoulder hurting?
No.
And you did shoot this before we had the Falcon Strike on. Did it hurt your shoulder then?
No, not really.
No. But do you notice less recoil with the Falcon Strike? Okay, let me give this short little gun a whirl. Pull. Swing's nice, I can tell you that much. Very manageable recoil. Now this gun doesn't fit me, and that does make a difference. At 8.5 pounds, you shouldn't have a lot of recoil. This barrel's not ported or anything, which is totally fine. I would say it feels great to shoot, in my personal opinion, even though it doesn't fit me. Reliability, it's hard to speak to that till we have shot thousands and thousands of rounds. So if you own an SKB Century 3, how has it held up over time? Have you had issues? Has it been solid? Comment down below, because when you share, we all get better by learning from your experience as well. Part of felt recoil is how a gun fits you as well and how you mount to the gun. So I just shot left-handed because that's how Ryland shoots, because he's left-eye dominant, and it must be how I get into the gun, but that hurt my jaw. Right-handed, no problems at all. But to just point out, here's the recoil pad that comes standard on the SKB Century 3. It's a decent recoil pad. Put the Falcon Strike on. It was a little bit of a challenge because they use machine screws, and it doesn't work perfectly with the Falcon Strike, so I had to get different screws for that. But I made it work. Let's take a look at the build quality of this shotgun. A lot of youth shooters are shooting the SKBs, and I believe they have held up very well over time. I don't have enough rounds through any of them to say that, but the people I've talked to, whether they're high school shooters or adults, have been very pleased. So it has a jeweled monoblock, chrome lined barrel. Looks like a very solid steel made receiver. I don't see really any issues with this over time. We have not had any issues in the rounds that Ryland has shot it this fall. Right from the get-go, once I cleaned it and greased it, everything fit together very tight, good tolerances. It's just smooth. Now, Ryland has had a few issues. I don't know if he's not operating it right or if it's the shell, but every once in a while he has trouble breaking it open. But every time I use it, I don't have trouble. In fact, if I move the top lever, smooth. It's not loose. In fact, I have a highly used older Century 3 here that we have out at the Alexandria Shooting Park. A lot of rounds through it, and it feels pretty much the same. It has held up very well. I don't know what year this was made, but this was same current ownership, I believe, of SKB. And these guns are made in, let me double check this one, Turkey by Akdis. Probably not how you say it, but same manufacturer of these two guns. This one has held up very well. I noticed this one does not have an adjustable length of pull, which is one thing I love about the SKBs. A lot of adjustability, but enough talking about quality. This is a solid gun, in my opinion. Let's go shoot around a trap and see if I can outshoot Ryland. I hope so, but there's gonna be a catch, so let's go. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're both gonna shoot around a trap. He'll shoot 5 at post 1, I'll shoot 5, and then we'll rotate together, sharing a gun. Ryland thinks he's gonna outshoot me.
Hopefully.
Do I get to shoot right-handed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna have to shoot well.
Okay.
That gun don't fit me, but you know what? I got a way to make guns fit me.
Okay.
All right, so Ryland's up first. Let's see how he does.
Pull. Pull.
Ryland starts us off with a 5 right off the bat. All right, this is not an easy day to shoot trap either. We got a pretty good tailwind and it is pushing clays down. Pull. 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 Some of those clays are really moving, aren't they, Rye?
Yeah.
I'll knot it up after 1. Let's go to 2.
Pull. 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 Your turn.
He let one go on that one. Pull. Pull. All right, to you, young man.
Pull. Pull. Pull.
All right, buddy, good shooting. Pull.
Gotta miss one sooner or later. Pull.
Shoot a 4?
Yeah.
All righty. Pull. Pull. All right, I dropped one on that post. One clay separates us, right? If you shoot this well, it's gonna come down to the wire.
Pull. Pull.
Does that end around?
22.
22, personal best, right? Nice. So I'm gonna shoot left-handed on this one. Give myself a little handicap, although I'm already handicapped on a gun that doesn't fit me. I've dropped 1 target, Rye dropped 3 targets. Yes, thank you, scorer Tyler. I can drop 2 on this one, but no more than 2. Otherwise, Ryland's gonna beat me. And this is gonna be awkward, but let's see what happens. Did I hit it? Oh. Pull. Often we talk about people that are left eye dominant, but they shoot right hand. So this is a solution. It was very awkward for me because I'm not left-handed, but also keep in mind, it's very, I'll call it easy to switch sides. Switch to your dominant side. You don't have to fight your eyes. Yes, it'll be awkward, but you just saw me shoot a 5 and I'm not left-handed or left eye dominant. So keep that in perspective. You did great, buddy.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you. Guys, I gotta say, I'm dang impressed with the Century 3. We got this set up for Ryland. He's shooting it better and better every time. He just got his personal best shooting trap with a 22. Could have something to do with some good coaching that he gets periodically. I don't know, but having a solid gun definitely makes a difference. And even I was impressed going out there shooting a 24 with the last 5 being left-handed. It's a tough day to shoot trap too, so really impressed with this shotgun. It's nothing fancy. It's not gonna win the beauty prizes, but it's a solid gun, well made. One thing I forgot to mention, length enforcing cone in there as well, and some of those targets we were really crushing. So, and to open this video, I'm back 35, 37 yards approximately, and was hitting clays with a mod choke in. So definitely a good shooter, worth your consideration if you're looking for a dedicated trap gun. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Remember, whether you're in the field or in life, if you're only gonna hit those shots you're laser focused on.
So live, target focused.
See ya!